do not have. All right, utilize the simulators, utilize risk money. Remember, the live streams are and recaps are never an invitation to copy trade. There's a system here, there's a strategy. Other than that, remember to be careful around the community with impersonators and scammers. I will never message you first, and I do not invest money for my subscribers. So be careful. Let's trade to the best of our abilities here. Stock ALT. What will it be? Here we go. Volume, but we're not really getting a direction yet. 84 for the high, lows at 74. The halt down is at 520. Halt up is at 636. Low 58, high 87. If I stop there, not quite seeing the bounce. This one's having a hard time, not even the 50 level holding. Let me just do a quick look here, see what else might be curling up. HUBC, cheaper stock, is moving up a bit. And the XI still halted. Vixie, light volume. GCT is hitting the scans, but the volume here is also on the lighter side. I mean, it's moving though. It might be worth watching here. You gotta type it in 10 different times. What's the high? 1230. The low of the last was 1150. So it's quite extended here. Volume, again, not really great. ALT to the depths. HCDI, that one is moving up a bit.
FNCH.
GCT, I wanted that dip, but was kind of worried about the risk a little bit there. Like the spreads here is not tightening up. HCDI, how are we doing? High of 36, low of 23, so that's a good bounce. There's 39. And this one isn't really bouncing. Alright, switching gears. Gotta keep our eyes on the prize. I'll start off here with small size and then I'll increase over time. Can we see a push over 150? I want to see more volume here. A lot of buying, but we're not really going through the level. Waiting patiently, waiting patiently.
PACI.
Oh, it's showing that it wants to go, but there are some sellers coming in. Got a bit of a higher fill there too, but that's all right. All part of the deal. It's holding fairly high. Can we continue? 60, 65? Not quite. It's a good breakout though, decent. Halt up is at 173. I need to be way more active here with this type of stock. It's doing well. It's doing well. Gotta throw out some more trades out there, start firing it off. Oh, 47. Can we hold? We're on the instant push here. Time. 5 minute candle's looking all right. There's about 13 seconds left. Oh, that was poor timing. It looks like it might be holding this area here. So it's a bit of an extended dip there to the view up. To the depths, 33, making new lows. See, whilst the 5 minute volume looks pretty decent, I think this is just like too much of a dip here. From 60 to 29 is like, okay, making a new low below the VWAP as well. So I'm gonna start checking to see if something else is moving. Pixie, I needed to be way more active there in the move up. Kind of a little too late, really. Trading the backside actively is what that was. Uh, GGE, kind of all right. GCT, not much. AMPE, ALT. NEXI still halted, by the way. We got cheaper stock GGE. SHLT, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, my bad. Big Steve, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. And my mic is muted. Pixie. Big Steve the man. Pixie. I hope I'm not missing this dip. Oh, is the low 34? Well, I've already missed the dip. Not great. Pixie. I think right now really is just time to preserve mental capital and just keep waiting. This stock is all right to trade, but you know, I think there might be something better. The high of the last was 47. That's what we really would want to see out of this. It's 47. It's showing here, but you know, it's not going. It's showing me that like it's showing the way how the tape in level 2 is looking like it wants to go, but we're not moving. All right, 46. Terrible fill, whatever. See, like it's not shaping up for a delayed move, which this is. It might just go, yeah. Delayed move into a sweet breakout. The halt is at 72. If from 45 we pick up the volume, I'd be much more willing to be aggressive early. But you know, from 55 it just feels like chasing. Might have been out a little early there. I'll take the quick trade and watch for the continuation here as well. There seems like there might be a seller. That was prime volume right there. We should have went. So there must be some sort of seller around 74, 73. Probably have to move this lamp. Stop putting it like this. 66. Low right there was 63. No immediate push. 70. It's as if like another seller is there again. Let's see how well it does here. Can we see the push here? Can we see the push? Looks like the ad was a bit of a high fill, but watching. Take me to the moon. Yeah, that ad was super high. I might size down to be honest. I'll come down to there's just 2K size. I think this might be a little bit better for me to be a little bit lighter on my feet. Feeling a little bit of slippage. Alright, that was a late buy. I'll cut that scratch. It's brewing here, it's brewing. As long as it doesn't go down, right? With that big red candle. But it's brewing. Is this it? There's a seller there for sure. It's like, okay, there we go. There we go. It's not dipping. 97 for the halt up. Come on, let's get halted up. Let's get halted up. Now 204. I don't want to be overly aggressive here, but it's holding up extremely well. '86, kind of high. Yeah, nothing but losses up there at 90. It's like an in-between stock, you know. It's moving well though. It's moving well. I will say it's moving well. I would just like a little bit more range out of it. Halt up is at 212. Below is at one. Halt down is at 142. So right now we're having a bit of a high consolidation, just waiting. $100K shares traded for 200 bucks. Not great. Not good at all. There's a small seller there, 42,000 at 92. 84. It might be struggling. A bit of a false breakout there. Can we hold? It's saying the high was 201 actually. I only saw 95. Again, would like to see a little bit more range. Can we see the continued push? 83, 84. It might be delayed here, a little slow. 81, 82. You really gotta, for these quick scalps, I really gotta trade 1,000 times here to try and get up to like 1K. Just trying to get a few pennies here and there, but again, the range pretty limited. So lows at 74. And some people are probably like, what the heck is he talking about, right? As we did have a little too much red there. We should have had a better fill coming out. You know, it went from 118, like 118 to 190. ALT did not stand a chance. AMPE, BIOR, no good, no good. GCT, curled up a little bit, but no good. GGE, not much. HCDI, well, that's the one we're watching at now. HUBC, not much. NEXI, still halted. PIXY. This is the thing with trading that's so crazy, is that the leading stock in pre-market has just been going up all the time the last like 3 days. So you might have recognized the trend, and you could easily tell yourself, you know what, I'm just gonna wake up early, throw out some shares early pre-market on the main stock, just let it go up with a stop in place. Now the stock is halted. It's the thing with trading that's just, you know, the moment we think we're ahead of the game, the market is there to remind us who's boss. So hopefully nobody's caught with like very big size on that one, because it's still halted. But again, if they have good material news and, you know, good reasons for the stock being up, we know that we've seen other stocks go up like crazy recently. You know, we can resume sideways here hopefully and resume as normal. But for everyone watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and we'll continue here. I try and be a little bit more vocal with the analysis. So HCDI, we had a low of 62, and we're now back at 72. It's curling up here. Are we seeing an extended 5-minute pullback here? Or are we on the backside? Looking at it, I think it still looks pretty decent, but it definitely seems like it's one of those extended dips. After the big green day yesterday, of course, we're well over 500 people, as everybody's curious. But you got to watch every day, right? How are you gonna, know what's really going on if you're only tuning in after a big green day or red day? You got to watch every day. So we got 65. Waiting patiently. The market has been very hot recently, so I think it's almost, we can't say guaranteed because nothing is 100%, but I think it's highly likely that within the next 40 minutes, a stock is going to come that's going to take over and going to be a good stock. So I'll just be here waiting. HCDI, maybe this is that same stock, right? Maybe this continues up to 250. Any XI, if it resumes sideways, I'm ready to trade it. I have it on screen, just 1,000 shares, small size, just in case. When I step off screen to like blow my nose, I might just leave on the mic because I always forget to unmute. Christopher, yeah, there are people watching on though. Also that they're not involved with the chats, which is all right too. I did upload the archive yesterday for the afternoon trading. Unfortunately, though, I did shut it down at 15:30, right, 3:30, thinking that I was done. I was up 7K, and I sat down for like 2 minutes, and the stock started to move again. I didn't hit record, so the last 2K I didn't get, but the 5,000 from 2,500 to 7,000 I got under video. And that was uploaded yesterday around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So HCDI, big area here. How well we're gonna do at these lows? There's definitely selling, but I'm gonna jump in here with a tight stop. It seems like it might want to do something here for a red to green. There's some selling, but buyers are stepping up, which I like to see in these types of areas. All right, so that's gonna be a decent trade there. Still got 1,000 left, and I got big size to add back. Bottoming wick. Should have just marketed in. I would have marketed in, and then would have been complaining about a high fill though, right? 64, more than likely. Patience is the key. To just wait for the entry that you want. And if you don't get it, Just smile and keep trading. I'll add the old-fashioned way. It wasn't filling me there. This could end up being a great 5-minute setup. I got to assess if I want to take quick profits or watch for the bigger move. If I'll hold something, so I'll hold for like 5 minutes to a stop. But it's definitely churning here for now, so we'll see.
VIAW.
These type of trades I don't mind at all, as long as it just doesn't teleport down, which, sometimes it does. If it does, then, that's okay too, but I'd prefer for that not to happen here. And I can just stop out at my stop if it decides to stop me out, right? Rather than stopping out at 40. Red trade, red day recap. And the selling is on. I'm going to cut it. 54 to the depths. VWAP is at 52, I believe. Or is it chopping me out of the trade? I sold at VWAP with selling coming in, thinking it would break down. So maybe I'm getting chopped out of the trade. But yeah, those decisions are always there, Do you want to take off the couple cents? Do you want to give it a chance, hold it longer to a stop? Whatever you decide, you have to live by it. Let me see what the Discord is doing. What are these guys trading? Let's see. VIEW at 103. I don't know what this other side of the screen has been, but the resumption time should be coming up at 2 and 24 seconds. Or 12 rather, 12 and 24 seconds. Yeah, I think I might have stopped out HCDI too soon there. Maybe I'm too tight on that stop 55. But other times you give it a chance, like 53, and then the selling really comes in. You're stopping out 48. It's like a much bigger loss than you wanted. But I think I might have cut it too soon because the way how we bounced up off of VWAP there again from 164, well, 154, it looks, like it wants to get back to 70 here over time. So we got a minute to resumption on this other one here. I'm not going to look to be super aggressive because this stock has barely any volume, but if volume gets into it, then I wouldn't mind. It's showing 130 though, which might be pretty impressive here. And HCDI is pushing up to 70. There's 69. Yeah, we definitely stopped out a little too soon there. That's selling, man. That's selling on the tape. I tell you, right at the level. 20 seconds. So the dip here should be good on HCDI as well. If, low 60s. I think it's proven confirmation already. If this resumption is garbage, I'm going to switch back quickly. 4 seconds. There we go. And it's 10 minutes. I think it's 10 minutes. So I'll switch back. Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And over time, I'd expect it to go to like 75, 77 minimum. That's like bare minimum. It shoulda. It shoulda. Pastor getting stopped out. Unbelievable. In these areas like this, though, it's key to make sure you don't, get frustrated with the market. You gotta just watch for the next trade because another one will be coming soon and it'll be ready to strike. It will be coming soon. Right here, I've been selling the last position. Whatever the stock does from here, I don't care. In terms of holding that particular trade. All out. Boom, all out. Expectations have been met. Now anything over here is just beyond expectations and it's really good. So will we get a proper entry? This is kind of high still. Yeah, it's kind of high. We needed more drop, more of a drop. Come on down. Price is right. Talk to me nicely. It's a high hold here so far. I'll see if it does pull back more. Sometimes they hold high, it's what it is. It doesn't really dip as much as you would expect. Sweet, sweet, sweet gains. $17 for the other stock. 17 and 24 seconds. So there's about 2 minutes. High of the current candle here on HCDI is at 75. I'll catch up on the comments later. $68 right there. Time. Come on. Show us something. Show us something. Very tricky to tell if this is the low here. If it doesn't go to like 72, I don't think it is. Let me see 72. Yeah, I don't think it is. Let's see. Where's the buying? Where's the buying? The buying is not coming in right away. Could be delayed though. But I'll keep waiting. Okay, I think that's it. Took a long time though. I think that's it. Can we see 76? We need the 1 minute candles to make the new high. KB, do not let it be a false breakout here. The bulls need a victory off of this small pullback. Where are those bulls? Can we see a sweet move? Can we see a sweet move? Mm-hmm. So we gotta start singing a chant. It's picking up. Oh, it might go crazy here. Should have bought back. It's like people are buying. People waited this long to buy this high. It's like just look at the volume going crazy here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, the resumption on the other one. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Do not disappoint. All right, let me focus up on the stock I'm already trading. This type of stuff does throw me off, you know. The big volume took so long to get into the stock. 5 days at 96. It's all good. All good in the neighborhood. Break up the highs, paying off. Break up the highs. Can we at least get a halt up, man? Or a proper pullback off this high? Hmm. But I could have been more aggressive at high of day, but you know, again, just thinking it's so high up already. Felt like I was chasing it if I would have bought there, but break up two, break up the highs. I'm going to prep positions and get ready in case it continues to do something very impressive. Okay. I struggled there. Yeah. Low, 92 of the last, low of the current 96. Good attempts. Not quite connecting, but all right. I've missed every big move on this stock. I've only gotten the scraps so far. Not good. So if it gives another big move, it's imperative that we capitalize. Kinda. Okay, good. I like this entry here. Great fill. Let's see if it does curl a bit. Bit of an extended dip. If it goes to like 84, then it's just failing. Do not fail me now. Especially with a teleportation. Can we hold? Can we hold? Can we hold? Can we hold? If not, to the depths, to the depths, to the depths. We're getting a 5-minute pullback. See, these small losses are fine, but it's why we need to capture those big moves. So the 1 minute pullback here, I mean, you know, I guess after 3 huge green candles, right? I guess it's all right. Well, it's definitely more so like a 5-minute pullback though. Ay, ay, ay. HCDI continues to be difficult. The low is at 75. The very area where we kind of had that earlier resistance on the way up. Such a big pullback. You guys will notice that every time the pullback is like huge, I always lose because I'm buying higher thinking it's gonna hold, right? And then you get the dip of the dip. Let's turn on this fan. Ay, ay, ay. This is way too much trading for only 300 bucks. Small bid there, it's 87. The second dip, we're gonna botch. So we're gonna keep waiting and we'll see what it does. BIEW looks like it's going to the depths. Candle's about to close in a couple seconds. Is it failing? Let's cut this. Time. Candle's young. Candle is young.
VIEW.
It's 10:30. It's time for me to sit down, relax, and wait for the next wave. Very good, very good, very good bounce here. Excellent. It's being resilient, and that's what we like to see. So I'd expect to see $2 again pretty soon here over time. It's so crazy to think that with 1,500 shares, which is fairly small size still, right? Every time I hit the buy button, I could potentially make or lose more in just 1 second than I would make at Amazon working there the entire hour.
Celebrate the holidays with jolly good deals and fast, friendly service at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill. Enjoy.
All that green for nothing. This is it. This is prime time. This is it. This is it. Need the stock to talk to us nicely here. Where is that move to 2?
VIAWCOSM.
Seems like it's struggling again. Or let's just say not struggling, but the volume is slowing down rather. I gotta be careful how I say things because if I don't say everything that I'm thinking, then it sounds like I'm crazy, right? But for that breakout that might have happened there or could have happened, the volume is slowing down a bit. Traded this stock poorly here though. Fairly poor trading here today. Just grateful that it's giving so much opportunity that I'm still happening to be green. Lack of aggression early, poor analysis on the dip, both of them. Missing the big breakouts twice. Like how many times do you really miss all the big trades and still happen to get green? So very grateful for the stock to be this strong. So it goes to show if we were to capitalize on all 4 of those areas, the day is looking like a great day, probably like 3K or something. 0 for 4. Not good. I don't want to see us revisiting the lows, but if it does happen, and if we get like a breakdown and reclaim, could be good. But the low of this pullback is 70, 75. Again, I don't really want to see it revisiting there unless it's like a reclaim or something. 79, 78. This is like our third, fourth time down here. There's some buying, but not a ton. If I'm a short seller, I don't know, I think they're feeling pretty decent. Some of them might have been long over 2, or let's say they added over 2. They just saw that we rejected 95 and $2 area. We're back at the lows. I think they might be feeling pretty good. So we need to strike some fear into their hearts so that they can cover and we can get a nice move. So in order for that to happen, we need to see the buyers holding up their key levels And if we're to get back to 95, people who are buying support, adding to their positions, people being aggressive in general, breakouts, and then before you know it, the short sellers say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna cover this thing scratch or small gain, small loss, and then before you know it, we're getting a nice move. 250. There's 79.
COSM.
We do have higher lows here, though. That's the one thing that I am liking so far. Big area here, big area. Big levels. What's it going to be? There's some green, but selling coming right back in. 71. I'll watch. Wait. 68. Not looking great, at least not yet. 64 for the BWAP. It looks like a few short sellers might be taking profits. A few of the earlier ones. Pixie. Pixie's the next stock here moving. Switching gears. 1150 by 1160. I think I'll want to start with small size. Make sure that the risk isn't too crazy. Well, the spreads here are like 30 cents. Maybe not this stock. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not Pixie. Not looking good. Its risk is too high. If maybe if the volume comes in more and spreads tighten up a little bit better. Oh, is this that same one that got halted at 130? Really? All right. Well, there we go. This is the next one that I'll be watching. Right on time. Reinforcements. So VIEW, of course, there'll be risk here, right? So that's the first thing to assess. The first thing when I look at a stock like this, we've been halted, let's see, at 36. Okay, so it just halted, great. Yeah, I'm gonna assess the risk. How much am I willing to lose? That's the first question I'm asking myself here. If I'm gonna trade a dip and rip setup here, how much am I willing to lose if the stock does not work out in my favor? I wouldn't mind losing anywhere from 150 to 200, right? That'll be 10 cents, 1,500 shares. So if I'm in, the trade doesn't look like it's working, I'm out. I gotta, accept expect at least some slippage, not just a break-even fill. So I'm cool with that. With 150, if it's also strong, I still get a chance to make a little bit of something. So I can prep another order entry window with more size as well, just in case it happens to be pretty good. So 41.11. Again, today today is not yesterday or the day before. Today is also not tomorrow. So we can't expect this stock to go to 250, 3. But if there's a quick entry, then okay. So we got about 2 minutes. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. And of course, stay hydrated, right? Stay hydrated out there. You gotta have that water on standby. VVOS. That one is another one that's being mentioned. Yes, mooning. Share size. Small size first. High of the last candle. Our current candle 23.37. 41.11. So we got another minute to the resumption. The volume on VVOS is pretty light though. That's the only bad thing. Okay. We got 20 seconds. It's showing 206 or 194. Here we go. Jeez. Here we go. And it looks like it might be 10 minutes, which is actually good because I didn't have my other window back open. For anybody who is in NEXI, it might resume today. Hopefully, it might. So, in other situations, it might not. All right. The best thing you can try and do is put out an order on your broker to sell. But it can open up sideways, it can open up higher, it can open up lower. It all comes down to how the company is able to respond to the SEC. Because if they have good material news, if everything checks out, right? But the headline has been, or let's say the word has been, let's actually look it up. The word in the Discord has been that it's dilution, right? So sometimes it'll happen, right? The offerings, things like that. Stock price does go down. 144 slash A form. 144A. Sale of securities. Yeah, so it's some sort of offering. So the documents are there. You know what? It's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. Part of the deal. So it more than likely will open up lower. More than likely. But you never know. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I'm keeping it on screen because if it opens up anything like sideways or higher, I mean, even if it's like lower, like if there's a good entry, I'll take it. Gotta accept the risk though. So 46.11, 46.11. I can't sign up. Let me see what the comment is saying here on YouTube. Yeah, it's there's 3 months or there's a yearly option, right? We don't have monthly. We don't have monthly payments for the classes. The longest I've seen a stock halted was 3 months. But I think that news was different than this news here that we're seeing. The news for this one is out, right? That the news for the other one was like, hey, what is the news? So that was like 3 months of, I mean, that stuff is scary stuff, man. If you're in a huge position, like the money in your account is tied up, especially if you borrowed money or if you're short and there's like interest being, accumulated, it's some tough stuff that can happen. Cutting the chatter, we got about 30 seconds. VIEW 5 4. Here we go. We're halted at 194. Can we get a dip? Can we get a dip? Can we get a dip? Oh, 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 wow, that was dangerous. Almost halted down. Halt levels are so tight, man. Yeah, the halt levels are just a little too tight on this one. I was prepared for that loss. I'm like, all right, if it halts down, all right, whatever. I wouldn't expect it to resume that much lower though. If we can open up like high 80s, mid 90s, I like the dip. But just a little too much risk in how tight the halt levels are there. No breathing room for the stock to, do its thing. It's currently 10:47 a.m. here on the East Coast. Ay, ay, ay. We'll have to wait another 5 or 10 minutes. Right now we have 136 likes. Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Napoleon, what's up? What's up? Fast stores in New York. Umar, if you can't sign up yearly, I do apologize. There's no way for us to do monthly. Only showing the 3 months, unless there's something on the back end. I can check. Let's see. Time, resumption time. Let me check. I can check. Sometimes it does happen. Incognito, settings. I need an incognito window here. MMU. We had an issue earlier this month, or earlier last month, where one of the buttons stopped working. Yeah, it seems to be working fine here. Let me see. When you scroll down, right? This is the website. When you scroll down, there's an option for monthly and then yearly. And don't forget to apply the coupon code. That way you can get 50% off either or. But you have to scroll down. You have to scroll all the way down. And then you'll see it. It's right above these, the three like icons right here. Become a member today. Yeah, the website is a little, I'll post a link here. The website, I guess, can be a little confusing if it's the first time. The P&L right now, we're up 600 bucks. Nothing too crazy here today. We didn't get to connect on the big trades on the other stock. So we definitely undercapitalized. So very fortunate to even be green on that one. Yeah, I'm using market orders and I'm executing through Thinkorswim. My hotkeys on DAS are set up, but I don't really use them. The fast store is doing it the old-fashioned way. Marcelo, though, utilizes the hotkeys more. Tim as well. Those two are more heavy on the hotkeys. The other guys, some of them don't even use hotkeys, and they're getting it done. I mean, it just goes to show you that, the fundamentals are what really matters. But the hotkeys can help in some ways when it comes to, scaling into trades, scaling out of trades, being a little quicker in certain situations. I'm running my mouth, missing this. Where's the green? Not enough buying. Not enough buying right there. Looks like it's going to get halted down. Yep. I don't know. I still like the dip, though. I still like the dip.
One of us is going to have to change.
Let me check that then as well. That could be okay. We'll check on the back end. It seems to be working fine for me. Yearly, yeah, it seems to be working fine. Let's check again. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. I'd say try using a different browser. If you're on, you know, Google Chrome, try the other ones. Explorer, Safari. I don't know if Firefox is still a thing, but or try an incognito window instead. Maybe that could, work. We've had issues like that before where people could not check out on a certain browser for whatever strange reason. But then if they go on that same browser on their cell phone, then they'll have no problem. And then even vice versa. Any of you guys remember MySpace?
VIAW.
56, 58 resumption. 56, 58 for resumption. MySpace was basically like Facebook. Ay, ay, ay. How the times have changed. And then another 10, 15 years from now, it'll be, you know, more stuff. The Neuralink, hopefully the Neuralink ends up working well. These type of things can be pretty good for, advancement. The other day I was thinking about how crazy it is that just a few years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, people actually have to drive around with maps. Like imagine trying to drive cross state or, whatever, and you have no GPS on your phone to just type in the address. Like how in the world was people doing this stuff? And so there's